What's up with it? What's up? It's your boy. Back with another one. So let's just see what's going on for y'all. Let's get that going. Oh damn, I forgot to pour that coffee. Damn. It's gonna be steaming hot when I get to it. Alright, so Virgo, let me see. Ooh, whoa, 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 whoa. Lilith wanted to come out. Lilith wanted to come out. Here we go. Neptune. Okay, so we'll see where that's going. So you may be in a confused state during this time where you're gonna have to trust your instincts, trust your intuition. All right. So some of y'all, this could be subconscious programming coming up, where you guys normally respond a certain way. Maybe you guys are doing stuff in a counterintuitive way. All right. You may be trying to think your way out and think your way in situations that like require you to be more emotional based or more instinctual based. So this may be a time where you guys are needing to be more curious, more social, communicate on your feelings. Like if you feel confusion, ask for clarity. You know what I mean? Where don't feel too smart for anything at this moment. Be open to like having a beginner's mind. So there's maybe a moment where you're like dealing with your anxieties or dealing with your anxious feelings and starting to like say them, speak them out. Like whenever you're feeling uncertain about stuff, you speak it out. All right. Or it could be somebody who's feeling, it's going to be communication coming. Could be with somebody you guys had a confusing dynamic with because we got the South Node. But if it's not somebody you already had an experience with, then it's, hey, what's up there, Cola? You back. If it's not somebody you guys have an previous experience with, then it's somebody who you guys feel kind of close to instantly. All right, even if it's a newer person, you may be confused why you feel this way. So maybe it's love at first sight for some of y'all. You know what I mean? Where it's maybe somebody where you kind of like normally, let's say you normally don't find them appealing or you normally didn't look at them this way. That the Neptune energy could maybe make it a little blurry or make it a little bit like, just a little weirder than usual. Like, am I tripping? Like today she looks a little bit more beautiful. Or today he looks a little bit more handsome. Or somebody is seeing you in that light. So, all right. Also, experiences that you guys may be feeling a little bit more creative or a little bit more imaginative. So your thoughts may kind of like have a little, I don't know. I would say they may have a mind of their own, but like your thoughts may kind of like just go wherever, but like in a more imaginative state. So maybe you guys are coming up with these far out scenarios about situations. Maybe like the conversation that you're going to have with somebody is going to make you feel inspired to think that. You'll start making stuff up in your head. It says no facts. Never has the facts, make shit up, lies. So it may be things that you start making up in your head about after this conversation you're gonna have with somebody. All right, it says creativity steals your ideas, copies your work. So you're gonna have people wanting to steal your work and ignore y'all. Okay. And we got ego driven. All right, so I was seeing a different storyline here. So what's gonna happen here is, all right, so people who maybe don't have as much information or as much knowledge or as much, let's say, clarity or as much clear judgment as you are gonna be trying to make stuff up. Some of y'all are gonna be trying to work with y'all or trying to steal some of your talents, the abilities y'all do. So maybe they're cheating. I don't know why I thought that. I was thinking like they're cheating. Like maybe you have a sales tactic that works and people don't know it. They don't know what to do, but they watch you, observe you. You don't have to be in sales. I'm just saying sales because that was just kind of what came to my mind. But you may already have a natural talent because a sextile means you have a latent gift that gets activated because of an interaction or because of something that you've done prior. So case in point would be like, I used to be a door-to-door salesman. I used to do sales all the time. That's everything. Every job I ever got was some type of sales in one way, even when I was just selling drugs. Sales, you know what I mean? So you're always interacting, socializing, talking to people. You have to come up with like clever ways to sell products. And even if you have a product that everybody wants, you still have to find a way that like beats the competition so that, you know, you can corner the market in a way. So some of y'all may have little skills or abilities or just kind of like subconsciously or intuitively know what steps are best to take. So you're gonna notice that people are in their ego, not wanting to support you. You're trying to ignore you because they see what you're doing is working, but yet you'll see them imitating it. This is very similar to Aquarius. So maybe you guys have Aquarius in your chart, but it's very similar to Aquarius because you guys have a natural ability or natural talent, something that you guys are very good at doing. You said drugs, yeah, hell yeah. Something that you guys are really good at doing, or you're about to discover something that you're really good at doing from a conversation or from like an interaction that you're about to have with somebody. They may be in their ego too. So as somebody who ignores you, they may say something in a way that's subtle, where it kind of comes off as like, you may kind of pick it up in conversation where they ask like, how did you do that? Like, you know what I mean? Like they're like subtly asking questions or becoming nosy in a way. you know, it kind of inspires you to get creative, or it inspires you to like come up with a brand new idea, or it inspires you to go back to previous projects or previous, I don't know, plans or ideas that you had in mind. You know what I mean? You take you're able to take your ego out of that. So that's what this person is coming in. This is why it's going to be useful for you, because you're able to take your ego out of like maybe creativity. You're able to take your ego out of like the vision that you have for your life. You're able to take your ego out of like experiences that you want to have for yourself. So like maybe you want to start up a fruit smoothie stand, but like, you know, people are like, well, why you want to start up a smoothie stand? You know what I mean? And like maybe your hometown doesn't support it. Maybe your friends don't support it. Maybe your coworkers don't support it. Because some of y'all may be having ideas or like artistic flares or artistic insight that like isn't really appreciated right now, but it will be. You know what I mean? A lot of people just don't like it because their ego is triggered by it. Maybe because it's you doing it. That might be really why it is. It's like, why are you doing it? That makes me laugh, because it makes me think of certain people I've had interactions with before that be so upset because they'd be like, why are you doing it? You know what I mean? Like they don't think that you can get good at stuff. So maybe that's what it is. These are people who maybe didn't feel like you would get good at stuff. So maybe some of y'all are like finally locking in. Here we go, Six of Swords. Somebody's gonna try to pick up where y'all left off at. So you, back to that story, because some of y'all is gonna go back in romantic, where there's gonna be a story of somebody who, a conversation you're gonna have with somebody may kind of make your mind run wild, where you start to like envision different scenarios between y'all. You know what I mean? Because they kind of remind you of somebody that you've already been with. Because it seems like a past person, but like I said, if it's not a past person, it's going to be somebody who reminds you of experience that you already had before. All right, we got Page of Wands and the Fool, Six of Swords, Ten of Wands. It's going to be somebody who's attractive, maybe younger. Some of y'all younger. This may be like a risk to y'all, but y'all see potential. Some of y'all may just be a more sexual affair, because we got the Lovers in reverse. So it's somebody who has potential, but it may just be casual at first. It may feel confusing at first because there's like intimacy, you know what I mean? And this person makes me feel alive. We got the Page of Wands, so somebody's gonna make you feel alive. They inspire creativity. That's why the Page of Wands shows up. So even if it's a sexual connection, this is somebody, a romantic connection that's inspired, that's meant to inspire you to explore, to try new things. You know what I mean? So another example that would be when I had dated this one girl, and I didn't like poached eggs, but like I took her to Denver with me a couple times, and we would like, she would like, you know, eat food that I normally don't eat. I didn't even like pico de gallo, right? And that's just tomato, onion, and like tomato, onion, something else, right? Tomato, onion, and cilantro or something like that. I don't know. Tomato, onion, salsa. The salsa is the pico de gallo. What the fuck? I don't know. It's kind of early. Anyway, I started liking that stuff. I didn't like it at first. I was like, a poached egg. You know what I mean? I didn't like that. I started eating fish in the morning. Who eats fish in the morning? It's a thing now to me. So this is one of those relationships that like inspire you to get outside your comfort zone, because the South Node is here. So there's somebody who's going to call attention to where you guys have stayed stuck. What's keeping you from moving forward? Because you've gotten comfortable with it. You've mastered this area. You've already gotten used to doing this. So you don't need to keep doing it this way. So if it stands for like relationships or intimate connections, it means it's time for you to do something different in your romantic life, where you guys can get a little bit more creative. You can re-envision things. You don't have to always go with like how it's always gone. Neptune requires you to go with the flow. It requires you to go with how the flow of things are going. Six of Swords is here in reverse, so you could be holding up progress, being stagnant by holding on to old ways of thinking of solutions or problems. Your problem solution, your problem-based solutions may be the same solutions that you've always used. So there's like a saying that if every problem you have, if the only tool you have in your toolbox is a hammer, then every problem you have looks like a nail. So you're handling every situation or every problem or every connection the same way that you handle previous connections, and that was why they were the way that they were. So that's what is really kind of bringing to your attention, because the Fool's here. You're meant to try something new. You're meant to go off on a new journey or a new path. It's going to be somebody who's going to push you guys to do it by them being a lot more persistent, by them investing, them being patient with you. All right. Some of y'all also going to be getting some rewards for your hard work, because we got Ten of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles. So you could get a promotion, could be getting a large lump of sum of money soon. Or you could just acquire a lot of finances kind of rather quickly. You know what I mean? Some of y'all is kind of an ingenuitive or inventive idea that y'all may come up with. Some of y'all may pick back up with something that you once did. I feel like it's past creative arts or past creative stuff that you were doing. So like maybe you, like I said, maybe you had an idea to start up a a web page, then you actually go through with it. It's like you guys are going back to these things, and it's honing in on making you feel a lot more inspired, making you feel a lot more confident, making you want to try different things. It makes you I don't know, maybe you guys are innovating things as well, where it's like, I normally wouldn't do this, but I'm going to. And it's going to be reflected in your romantic lives or in your friendships or in your connections in general with people. So it also means, because we got lovers in reverse, there could also be like some type of secret affairs that y'all may be having, or maybe you guys get comfortable like dating around, because maybe some of y'all don't like to date around. Maybe you guys are only like, this is my partner, this is my person, I'm stuck with that. Maybe that was what was holding a lot of y'all back or keeping a lot of y'all stagnant. Because the Page of Wands we're meant to explore. I'm meant to have fun, entertain me. You know what I mean? I want to be entertained. I have more flair about me, more personality, more charisma. The world looks brand new to me. So that's why you're having these experiences, because you're supposed to feel this way. So you're gonna notice that people may ignore you. Certain people will ignore y'all. I don't know who these certain people are, but I don't know what I said in the beginning stages, but I was just kind of noticing that people may be ignoring you, but also doing what they see you do. You know what I mean? So could be dealing with the Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, Aries, Leo, Sag, Aquarius, Capricorn, Taurus, Aries, Gemini. I said Pisces? Yeah, okay. All right, so anyway, Virgo, that was y'all reading. Thank y'all for being here. Thanks for support. Thanks for rocking and rolling. You said I'm gonna throw out another sign if you wanna, Leo. Oh, I'm doing it tomorrow though. I'm probably gonna do that tomorrow, because I gotta do some other stuff too. I gotta do some personals, and I gotta do some more for my pick a card channel. So I gotta finish up these other 2 readings, and then I got like 7 different reads that I'm just gonna post, boop, 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 and then I should probably be ahead for a little while with that. So yeah, anyway, y'all, thank y'all for being here, for support. Thanks for liking, all the good stuff, all right? Thank you. I do my best. But he's a great reader. We can't ever throw that out there. We can't ever, he is a great reader. But anyway, y'all, I'm gone.